Hello guys, and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be covering all of the recent news regarding the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series. I'm going to be covering 7 or 8 different bits of news / topics, so stick around for the entire video until the end. Also, I'd like to say that of course over the last month, Amazon has not made an official statement yet. They haven't made it since February, but quite a bit of news come out also in the last few days as well. And the first bit of news we're going to be talking about is that Amazon installs Okonwa Ojo as Chief Marketing Officer of Prime Video for Amazon Studios. So, if you guys remember, a few weeks ago I reported that Courtney Brown has joined as Head of Publicity for Amazon Studios. And now a few weeks later it's been reported that Okonwa Ojo has become Chief Marketer for Amazon Studios as well, and especially Prime Video. So it's quite interesting that Amazon now installing so many heads for Amazon Prime Video, as in the next few months / year a lot of their big projects are coming out, such as Wheel of Time and Lord of the Rings. And as you saw before, she is a seasoned marketer, which is really good. And of course, what does this mean for Amazon and for Lord of the Rings TV series? So I think this directly implies massively with Lord of the Rings on Prime, as it is of course Amazon's biggest project and they're putting a lot of weight onto it. So I think her decisions are going to directly affect the show, and hopefully in a good way. Over the next few months we'll be seeing hopefully more press releases and seeing how the show's been marketed. And now probably Courtney Brown and this other woman as well, Okonwa, I'm sorry if I'm butchering her name, are working together to push Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series. So this is promising and good news, as over the last few weeks 2 new heads have been installed for Amazon Prime Video. Now moving on to our next bit of news, this is actually really interesting and quite promising, as it involves Weta Workshop, I think Weta Digital as well. So it says here in an article that's actually a few months ago, I think it's from May, saying that work on the Lord of the Rings television series was also on schedule, according to Connolly, and he's I think a member of Weta Workshop and Weta Digital. So, and also the reason I'm bringing this up is I think this has been resurfaced recently, and also I think yesterday, I think on the One Ring Net they said that Weta Digital, or I believe it's Weta Workshop, I think there's a distinguish between the two companies as they are different companies. So actually Weta Workshop, who were involved in the Lord of the Rings movies for producing weapons, making stuff such as Grond, etc., are actually flying from Wellington to Auckland, where Lord of the Rings on Prime is being filmed, and they are currently involved with the project, which is great news, and I'm really pleased if that is the case. As we know how professional and how great the works of Weta Workshop are. So it's amazing this is the case, and it has been even here. I think it's from the New Zealand Herald, been reported by one of the executives of Weta, saying that they are doing work on the Lord of the Rings TV series as well. The next bit of news is that Hugo Weaving won't return as Elrond in Lord of the Rings TV show. As we move down here, Hugo Weaving confirms they won't revisit the character of Elrond for the Lord of the Rings TV show after playing the elf 5 times in Peter Jackson's works. So 3 days ago, I think he spoke to Variety, and he said quotes like, when he was asked about if he'd play Elrond again, he said absolutely not, and he thinks he's visited Middle-earth more than enough times. And this is his full quote: "No way, absolutely no. Matrix 4 might have happened, but Lord of the Rings, no. I will never. I'm not interested in that at all. Look, I love being in New Zealand with all those great people, and I like going back to a family. But actually, to be honest, I think everybody's had enough of it now." And that's fair enough. I think Hugo even talking to that by at the film franchise points, they saying if they made more Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films set in that bit of Jackson's universe, I don't think he's probably acknowledged that much, that this is a different separate entity in itself, and it's actually the Second Age and it's more fresh. But maybe he has, I don't know, but this is of course his opinion. Additionally, recently a few new people have joined the art department as well, including Evan Shippard, who actually has quite a major role in the production of the show and the art department as well. And as you can see, he has worked on big movies such as Mad Max as well. And what they would like to see, also worked in the Hobbit movies, in the Hobbit trilogy, but in a more minor role. So he's got a much more important and bigger role in Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series. And also another person who has joined the production and the art department is Liam Beck. And one thing that is quite interesting is that he has worked on Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales, he's worked on The Meg, and he's worked on Avatar as well. And what thing links all three of these movies together is sea and water theme based elements. So what can we tell from this? And he's joined the team as an art illustrator, so he's an illustrator for the show. And he has for 3 films so far worked as an art illustrator for sea and water based movies. So what can that tell? Probably that he's an illustrator for Numenor, perhaps always working on designs and sets and illustrating things like helmets or anything or for water based sequences. So I believe that this Liam Beck has joined the show especially to work with and work around Numenor, which is really interesting. As you can tell just from it, Avatar, Dead Man Tell No Tales, Pirates of the Caribbean, and The Meg, they are all film majority is water based and on the sea. So it is, of course, this is of course a rumor and speculation, but I think it's quite a strong speculation of what role he has in the art department as being an illustrator of before working on films that has lots of sea and water in it as well. Now we have some more updates regarding Kaya Scodelario and her involvement in Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series. So, as you can see at the bottom, she is now being followed by Tom Budge of Ical, who is Thomas Budge, or Tom Budge, who is a cast member of Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series. And at the bottom it says, and 2 more, and one of them is also Owain Arthur. And she does also follow Owain Arthur as well, which indicates that she is probably most likely in the show. And I think, I haven't seen any yet, but there's been reports that she has been commenting in other cast members' descriptions and comments as well. So they have been interacting, which highly indicates that she is most likely involved in the show. I know recently she said she was in Canada, but I believe that was probably more of a diversion because Amazon don't want this to be released. But I'm pretty sure that Kaya Scodelario is involved in Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series, as you don't randomly follow 3 or 4 of the Amazon Lord of the Rings cast, and most of them being people that you hardly know of, as most of them are stage actors that she follows as well. Despite the fact she does have basically 2.5 million followers, and her to follow half of the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV cast without being involved in the show would be a really big coincidence. So it's safe to say that she is probably in the show. So that's the latest on Kaya Scodelario. Now moving on to the next thing, this is what I like to call a strong rumour, which is of course a rumour, but I believe is so strong and basically correct, but it cannot be confirmed, so we leave it as a rumour but a strong one. And this is actually from a Redditor who about, I think, a year and a half ago said that he heard about the cast names, which were Tyra and Ray. Then a year later this was actually confirmed, officially confirmed, so this means he does have credible and he is reliable and has credible sources. And he said on Reddit, I've recently heard another rumour of an actor with a part of doing a monologue at the very beginning of the series, presumably similar to Kate Blanchett's in The Fellowship. This actor doesn't have any other role in the show, so maybe it's plain talking, maybe that's a bit far, but he's also that's all he can offer up at the moment. So that is really interesting if the show's going to replicate what Jackson did at the start of The Fellowship, with Galadriel talking about this events of the Second Age and the forging of the rings and the War of the Last Alliance. So it's very interesting, and as I said before, this is, I believe, a really reliable person, and I've spoken to him but he hasn't gone back to me yet. But I say you should don't normally with rumours they say take this as a pinch of salt, but I wouldn't say take this as a pinch of salt. I'd take this as basically confirmed but this is my opinion, of course, but he does have the proof to back it up. Finally, at the end of today's video, I'm going to be covering the rumours and speculation and news that was given out from the One Ring Net yesterday on their Torn Tuesday show, so please check them out, they're good friends of the channel. I will leave a link in the description to that video. I'm sourcing this all from, and they have said apparently, and this is of course not fact or confirmed, but apparently the show's going to have 8 episodes. Season 1's gonna have 8 episodes, and of course I already knew this due to the fact there was a press release in January which said that there was going to be 8 episodes. I think Jennifer Salk said that. And then, but the new things that they have added onto this is that the first 2 episodes, the pilot episodes, are going to be 90 minutes length. Each of them is going to be 90 minutes length. So altogether, it's basically going to be like a feature length movie, as JB and director the first 2 episodes is basically going to be shooting a full movie and be cut in half. The first 2 episodes are going to be cut in half to 90 minutes each, which is really interesting. And another thing that they have released is that apparently how Amazon are negotiating with Howard Shore to come and work on the project, and Howard Shore has said that he wants to work as a more and have a more creative role in the show, and doesn't want to compose or make the main theme, but just add his own little his opinions and most likely skill to probably the main composer who is going to be composing the show as well. And he's even said in the past that he wants a more creative role. And one thing that I think they could do by doing this is also Shaw could add his own little things from the Lord of the Rings film trilogy's franchise, so there could be continuity there as well, as that's what Amazon wants, continuity with the film trilogy. So Howard Shaw in this, when they're making the score, could add like maybe add a little extra in some places so we can resonate with the film trilogies. For example, Isildur's line, they could add some music from the film trilogies when maybe we see stuff from his line in the show. So that's just an example. So I think that's it really for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I've updated you on all the latest news regarding Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series. But until the next video, my friends, goodbye.